Good morning, guys, and welcome to another day in my life. I would like to share a little story with you guys. As you all know, that the ones who are actually following, I'm getting ready to head out to China. Maybe you guys know, maybe you don't. Well, I just said it. I'm getting ready to go to China with my dad, and basically spend some time with him and everything. Everything meaning having a good time, uh, chill a little bit. Love that guy. So, I've been looking at some YouTube videos about the areas where I'm going to be visiting. Uh, it's not the first time for me going to China. China is a beautiful country, a bit different than some of the Western areas, but it it is well known for its food. Everyone knows well known for its food, the cheap clothing, the spectacular views, mountains, the climate, etc. Blah 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 blah. I could go on. I've been to China or mainland China. When I say China, I mean like mainland China, like from Shenzhen, go all the way up. I've been also to Hong Kong numerous times. Hong Kong, I love Hong Kong a lot. Saying that brings back some memories. Um, I love Hong Kong. It's a beautiful place, busy, lots of good food, loads of good places to go and visit, etc. etc. Guys, I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise. I'm right next to a road. I'm sorry. Coming back to Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I really love that place. It's my go-to place for any time I want to go and do a vacation. How should I say? It came so familiar with me that I got comfortable of actually going out by myself, and actually able to read certain characters on the board. It's like, or either, speak to people, sometimes English, sometimes I could ask for things in Cantonese, for instance, like a Sprite or Coke or maybe a fork. Back then, I wasn't so good in using chopsticks, and my chopsticks game has improved quite a bit. Shame on me again. Yeah, I grew up in the Caribbean, so it was always knife and forks and spoons, or either put the damn bowl to your mouth and eat. Hong Kong and mainland China are two different things, even though they are basically belong to the same group, but they're completely two different things. Whereas coming down to the story of what I wanted to tell you guys initially, went to mainland China once. My experience was a bit different than my experience to Hong Kong. I've went to a little town called it's a city actually. It's called Enping. Enping is huge, and I've also went to Jiangmen. I've also went to other places in the vicinity. Basically we jumped on a bus and it's like, hey, let's go this place, let's go that place. And, it's very nice to see. Beautiful country, green countryside, cheap food, and I'm talking about for like you could actually live on $20 per day, and that would give you like 3-course meals throughout the day. I mean, even breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe have some beers. However, I did hear that things are becoming a little bit more expensive because of the boom in the middle class. But hey, so yeah, coming back to the story I was going to tell you guys. My experience in Enping was a bit, I want to say, different, frightening, annoying, but good at the same time. My dad know a lot of people up there, and he also introduced me to some of his friends, and some of his friends were actually cool people. They actually took us out to nightclubs, karaoke places. Certain ways of asking for drinks were a bit different. For instance, like if you ask for a beer, you don't just get one beer, you get a case of beer, and they only sell them by the case up there. Unless if you go to like a small little shop on the side, you just go and say, I have that drink, or you have that drink. I have not seen that drinking in public is permitted. Again, once I go in a foreign country, I look around first and see what they do. and I kind of mimic so I could blend in, so I don't cause too much attention to myself, which I learned the hard way once in Los Angeles. Yeah, open container law, wasn't aware of that. Nah, Enping to me seems like it was a bit modernized, but still yet a bit I want to say traditional. The food was very cheap. Again, we've had, like, frog legs. I've tried frog legs. I've tried chicken feet. I've tried I believe it was eel. I tried a couple of different things. No, nothing out of the ordinary, like dogs and cats and that nonsense. No, 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 no dogs, cats, none of that nonsense. I'm a dog lover. I have 2 dogs, and I love them very much. I respect the canine. I've seen some videos online, whereas they were actually speaking about being a foreigner in China, basically mainland China. Some of them were actually from, or they live in Shenzhen. Some of them actually live in a bit further north, like Ningbo, Beijing, Shanghai. Excuse me. Some of them actually had some good content. However, some of them did raise some flags to me in the sense of, being, like, for instance, being black in China, having law issues in China. Obviously, with my color, I'm not per se yellow or white or black. I'm in the middle, and it was a kind of a mutual feeling, in the sense of people actually watching you, looking at you from head to toe. So, some of them didn't really actually say, hey, you're a black person, or at least my father didn't tell me that they said so, because he speaks Chinese fluently. I'm basically learning Mandarin right now, so I could actually defend myself in mainland China. But they do have a tendency of looking at you head to bottom. As like, if you're from another village and you come into someone else's village, I expect to have that type of interaction. But the way they look at you, and it made me feel a bit uncomfortable. And I told my dad I was going to make a shirt that actually says here in Chinese, like, look here, and have an arrow pointing down at my dick. But as it was a little bit too much. So maybe I was a little bit younger and a little bit more ignorant. But after seeing some of the videos, like I'll put up some screenshots or little smaller snippets of their stuff. After looking at some of the videos from, for instance, Matt Gallat, who lives in Ningbo, he seems like he has a wonderful time every time, and he lives in a very modernized city, and it's upcoming as well. Yeah, there are some couple of things that I need to get done for China, especially for me having access back home and having access to the net, in the sense of able to get to YouTube for me to upload videos for you guys, obviously, and able to get to my Dropbox for certain files, because I don't really want to depend on 1 or 2 hard drive, external drives. They have a tendency of just stop working on you, suddenly. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna cut it up in sections, and yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys around in Aruba, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys out there in the world, wherever you're watching me from. Yeah, so stay pending for upcoming videos. Hit the like, subscribe, and see you in a bit. Peace. There's always knife and forks and spoons, or either put the damn bowl to your mouth and eat. Hey baby, where you going? My dog, my other dog. Baby, don't touch that.